everyone, and welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN's live coverage of boys high school hockey. A top-level challenge for the SLPCR squad as they host number 6 ranked Rogers Royals. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro here. And Howie, this is a team in Rogers that boasts a top 5 most teams in the state would salivate over.
Absolutely, for sure. Five in the USHL ratings, obviously, including the number 1 player overall. And we've used this with the boys basketball team, a monumental task here tonight for the boys hockey squad. Rogers, only 4 losses on the season. They're really, really good. Yeah,
top to bottom, they are just stacked. Both of their goaltenders are expected to play NAHL hockey next year. 5 guys headed to the USHL, including, as Howie mentioned, the number 1 prospect in the state of Minnesota right now, Jaden Kurtz.
Yeah, Jaden Kurtz is going to be drafted in the NHL soon, obviously. Expected to, obviously. I shouldn't say for sure, but according to head coach. So, yeah, he's really good. A defender, 8 goals, 8 assists, obviously, and it's somebody that the SLPCR squad's going to have to be concerned about. But not just him. They've got some guys as well that can light up the lamp.
Oh, a lot of guys on the offensive end, and they have been scoring at a frenzied pace. We'll get more into that. They have won 13 of their last 15. 13 1-1 since late November, this team. Their one tie was to number 7 ranked Woodbury, and their loss was also to a team right in there, 6-7. So they're a tough team to stop, and that means the defense for SLPCR is going to have to be sharp. They've been led all season long by senior captain Toby Tranby.
Yeah, if they're going to be successful tonight, or hope to be successful, their defense is going to have to play stellar tonight. And Toby's going to lead the way for them. He's a strong defender. He's really a leader on and off the ice. And so an opportunity for him to see if he can lead from the blue line.
Yeah, the big test for SLPCR will be to try and slow the Royals down as much as they can. Try and keep the game as close as possible, as long as possible, and just stay alive and continue to compete. That's what they're looking for as they take the ice tonight. The SLPCR squad hosting the Rogers Royals next on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected. And we look forward to 10,000 more.
Back at the creek, just about ready to drop the puck between the Royals and SLPCR. Cam Lubke in the faceoff dot against senior captain Andrew Clark. Clark able to win the draw. Mellum trying to step around, get into the zone, went off a skate. Clark has a shot deflected, ends up behind the net. Swept along the near boards by Hauser, scooped up there by Cole Baumgartner. He's the team's leading scorer coming in, 100 career points. Quick snapshot right into the midsection of Zach Bushy, and he'll hold on for the faceoff.
Well, I think you were quoting earlier, I think, was it the last half dozen games or so? They're averaging 6 goals a contest.
Just under.
Yeah, or just under 6. Yeah, that's impressive for sure.
Yeah, throughout the season they're averaging 3.74 goals per game, but over those last 6, they've really ramped up the offense. Been clicking on another level, and again, 13 1-1. Since late November, 14-4-1 overall, and all of their losses are teams in the top 20 at least. A couple teams in the top 10, and they're going to go on the power play very early as Brock Cheslock was tripped up along the left board, and less than a minute in, and SLPCR trying to kill off a penalty. We talked about it. They're the most penalized team in the state, and they have not had a ton of success on the PK.
They have not.
Just 63% on the penalty kill.
Yeah, this is not the team you want to put on the power play, especially here early on, and so the SLPCR is going to be back on their heels, just trying to keep that puck out of the front of the net.
A minor penalty has been assessed on SLPCR's number 18, Ian Allen, 2 minutes for tripping.
Holland gets the penalty for the trip.
47 seconds of the first period.
Quick shot from Jaden Kurtz.
He whistled that.
Stick save up and out of play. Face off one to the corner. SLPCR gets to it. Clark plays it all the way down. Ashton Ryerson gives chase. Bacon plays it aside for Hauser. He'll come back and reset the troops. Down the left wing comes Baumgartner. Fast on the entry. Centers, and that was deflected off a defender and right back in on Bushy. And fortunately, he was able to get on top of it, cover up, and they'll get another face-up.
Yeah, a number of blue jerseys out in front, and yeah, he was able to just make sure he brought it in and forcing that face-off. I mean, you see the speed on some of these Rogers players.
Face-off win, held at the line by Hauser. He walks across, gets it to Kurtz, back to Hauser up top. Snapshot, pad save, rebound, cleared out of the zone by Tomby Tranby. Hauser recollects, gains speed through center. Kurtz into the zone, hands it off there for Belouse. Back to Kurtz, his pass across, deflected. Recovering it as Baumgartner threw it into the traffic and it didn't get through, but he gets it right back. Waits for his guys to clear, steps back in, loose puck, scooped up by Tranby, can't get it out. Held at the line by Hauser. Kurtz walking in. Absorbs the stick check from Barzis out to the line. The shot through traffic, but seen all the way to the webbing by Zach Bushy.
Yeah, Bushy did a nice job of making sure he kept his eye on that puck, and there were a couple of players in front, but he, as you mentioned, he saw that puck all the way and able to glove it.
33 seconds left on the Royals' advantage. 3 shots on goal on the power play.
Yeah, it'd be big if they can fight this one off.
Another shot through traffic, another pad save for Bushy. Recollected, played back to the point. Across lost by Sinclair, and it's played all the way down. Dean enters down the right wing, centering pass, broken up. Loose puck, quick tap by Ryerson. It gets out of the zone, and that ends the power play. Outland back to the bench. This one deflected up and out of play.
Well, nice job by the SLPCR penalty kill unit to kill that first penalty of this contest off.
Bringing it all the way back down to the Royals' end. Maybe not deflected up out of play. Tie up on the draw. Puck scooped free by Keen Hochstadter. Got it out to center. Spinning with it is Brody Netzinger. Netzinger into the zone. Gets around the poke check. Circles in the corner. Back out to the point. Walking across. Hauser sends it through traffic. Then ended up wide off the end boards. Collected by Lorenzen. Out to the point, back to Lorenzen. He couldn't get around the traffic. SLPCR can't clear the zone. Lorenzen can't handle. Finally scooped up by Aiden Armagas. He plays it in. Hauser, long pass from his own end and spun around along the left wing was Braden Lorenzen. It ends up being an icing.
SLPCR still looking for that first shot on goal. 6 by the Rogers squad.
Yeah, I gave them 4 on the power play. So, I mean, they move the puck really well. You can see why they've got a 38% power play.
Yep.
Quick shot off the draw. That's blocked into the corner. Spinning around is Clark. Can't find it. Comes loose to Barsness. He backhands it over for Clark. Clark, snapshot. Blocker saved by Bacon. Out of the reach of Barsness. Kurtz skates to center, hands it off to Lubke into the zone. Lubke gets it right back. Tried to return the favor for Brock Cheslock, but that was broken up. They maintain the zone. A chance for Cheslock On the one-timer, denied by Bushy.
Yeah, that puck was put right on his stick.
One-timer fired wide for Belus. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Cole Bumgarner. Bumgarner, I think, was the one actually had the one-timer out front. Cheslak sweeps it out to the point. Kurtz has to carry it back out to center. Across for Zucker. Burmis, sorry. Kish shoots just wide, recollects in the corner out to the point. Tranby goes across. Adams drops it back. Kish a quick shot. Chance on the side of the net for Barsness. Swept at by Blake Mellum as well. But well defended by the Royals. Turnaround shot by Kish is blocked by Kurtz into the corner. Ryerson crashes in. Armagast. Excuse me, Kish battling Armagast. Tied up there with Burmis. Now Ryerson. 7-8, 6-7. It's all the same. Medine gets tied up by a sliding Adams. And now tied up in the corner, Clark pins the puck. I think that's Cheslak in the corner with him. Tranby into assist, poked at by Adams. Comes free. And that one's just flipped into the SLPCR bench by Aiden Armagast.
Yeah, really, early on, I think SLP is doing a good job of holding their own against this team here early on in the first. Obviously, not much of an offensive threat yet, but they're doing a decent job of defensively. Well, we talked about that at the beginning of the game, that's something they would have to do here tonight if they felt they could have a chance, is to just play really solid defense, maybe their best effort of the season.
Rogers able to create off failed clears already. Zucker plays it across. That shot is blocked all the way back to the other end. Levi McCullough gives chase, gets in on the forecheck. Zucker moves it along for Kottke. Back for Belus down the wing. That pass just out of reach for Zucker, who was filling the lane. Getting back to his blue line now. The puck poked out to neutral, set back right back in by Blake Sinclair. That pass deflected, and Rogers will get it right back on the positive side of center ice. Into the zone comes Netzinger. He's tied up. Then wins it back from Kupon. Allen sweeps it away. Two blue bodies on the puck in the offensive end at all times, making it very tough for SLPCR to break out. Clark trying to fight through an aggressive stick check from Nickel. Kurtz moves it ahead. Netzinger's pass hit a skate. Back to Kurtz at center ice. He'll send it down and around. Tranby waits. Got under his stick. Poked along by Nickel. Tied up in the corner. Tranby tried to backhand. That was kicked right back to him. Now played to the near side. Swept out to center by Blake Mellum. Kurtz. Quick regroup. Rogers right back in as they finish a line change on the forecheck. And SLPCR unable to break the zone. Sent back in deep by Lubke. Mellum on the near boards. Tripped up, and SLPCR is going to get a chance on the power play as Brody Netzinger got his stick tangled up in Blake Mellum's feet. 9:16 to go in the first period.
Well, as you mentioned, really good job by Rogers of keeping that puck control down in the SLPCR end. They really didn't get a lot of opportunity out of it, but just nice job to controlling it. Now we're seeing on the flip side the SLPCR squad going on the power play. A good opportunity for him here, Joe.
Shot blocked out front. Barsness recollects on the near board. Poked away from Kish. It's cleared out. It's knocked down by Tranby, but it'll be high sticky, and it'll end up with a face-off in the defensive end.
Yeah, that's something he'd love to have back. Putting that pressure down back in the SLPCR end, but skating with that extra guy.
Sinclair carries back out to center, then shovels it back in deep. Tranby will recover behind his own end. Jackson Barsness speed. Cross-ice pass deflected up and out of play. Face off to the right of Tyler Bacon. Still 1:24 to go on this SLPCR power play. Barsness tied up. Puck played to the corner. Kish back to Barsness. Fanned on the pass. Broken up, played to center by Medine, and then he plays it all the way down. Hudson Kotke there to forecheck against Tranby, able to win the puck. Tie it up for a second before it's kicked free to Andrew Clark. Clark. And that disrupted the entry. They play it back to the near side. Kish bumped as he gets in deep. Back to Barsness, back down low. Hochstetter able to get a hand on it and sweep it back to a teammate who's able to play it all the way back down. And SLPCR forced to regroup from their own end yet again.
Yeah, solid play, just getting the pressure out of your end.
Barsness drops it for Ryerson. Back down to Barsness. Tried to center. That was broken up, and here comes Avenir Balous. Balous to his forehand. Back underneath and finds the 5, a little short-handed to start the scoring.
Balous on the loose, Joe, as he's able to get that short-handed goal.
He just got the speed, and then once he had the corner, great job sliding it through the 5-hole. On Bushy was forced to try and move left to right.
Yeah, tough to give up that goal. But you're right. Definitely speed kills, and he did a really nice job of getting there and getting the goal.
Scoring for Rutgers, number 8, Avenir Balous, unassisted.
Balous, the unassisted shorthanded goal. 10 seconds left on the power play for SLPCR. It's deflected into the zone by Michael Campbell. Battle along the end board, coming away with it, Blake Sinclair. Sinclair will skate to center. Hand it off to Cheslock, cuts across top of the circles. Tied up there, trying to spin back to the middle. Recovering it is Baumgartner, low angle, glove save for Bushy.
That was
exactly 7 minutes remaining.
That was goal number 10 by Balous on the season. When we talked about in the open, this team scores a lot of goals.
Face-off win for Lubke. Sending it into the pile was Cheslock, and a chance for Lubke coming out of that group, but nothing on it. Here's a chance for Lubke. It's deflected up and out of play. Good stick by Toby Tranby.
Yeah, just got to make sure you get a piece of that. Right now, Rogers out shooting SLPCR by a 9-1.
Tranby plays it off the glass and out. Kicked back in by Kurtz. So PCR plays it ahead. Barsness tips it in. Kurtz first one there. He'll reverse for Jake Burmis. Into center for Lubke. Ahead, Cheslock stops up, waits, moves it. Baumgartner tried to get it back to him, but it was intercepted. Here's Mellum at center. Chipping it all the way in. Kurtz there, takes a look. Head for Burmis. Burmis into the zone. Cutting across the top, finds some room. His shot got through, and the save made by Bushy. Burmis gets it back up high. Plays it across. Hauser's shot deflected, ends up wide. A chance to jam at it off the end board there for Alex King, but Bushy is able to track it and cover it up.
Yeah, you saw a couple of Rogers players trying to take a swipe at the puck, and Bushy again just make sure they kept that puck in front of him, brought it in for the save to force the face-off to his left.
Off the draw, first one there is Lorenzen. He's tied up. Plays it back in deep. Stops up to get a little space from Allen. Pass to Belus. His shot went wide, kept in at the line. Poked free, and it does come out to center. Sent right back in by Sinclair. Allen plays it down. It's not going to have enough on it for icing. Hauser will play it off the boards, out to center. Belus leaves it there for King. King trying to get around the corner. He's ridden into the boards by Capon. Kish plays it off the boards for Ashton Ryerson into the zone with Armagast. Broken up, recollected by Belus. His pass intercepted by Kish and then recollected by Sinclair. Sinclair spins, has room. Plays it around a defender, and that was broken up, and now it's sent back in by Braden Lorenzen. Capon off the far boards. Backhands it along for Barsness. Top of the zone, lost the handle. He's bumped there by Belus. Played across. Clark, quick snapshot right into the glove of Bacon.
Yeah, easy save.
At this point, wondering what pucks feel like.
Yeah, he's that's just the second shot on goal for SLPCR with 4:32 remaining in the first.
Good movement end to end, and here's a chance for Belus getting around the corner. And I don't know if he lost an edge. They did not call the penalty as he was brought down. Mellum chased across the red line by Kottke. He shovels it in on the backhand. Centering attempt by Adams. Nobody there. Back the other way come the Royals. An opportunity for Belus. That's up over the net. Has another chance off the end board, and Bushy was able to make the save. Mellum plays it off the boards all the way down. SLPCR getting a line change. Bacon moves it up quickly. Medine will send it into the far corner. Capon, first one there. Plays it behind. Allen waits. Along for Ryerson. One touch. Puck hopped over the stick of Adam Kish. Turning with it is Belus. Allen plays it around. Armagast, or Ryerson rather, across for Armagast. Intercepted by Hauser. Got it into the zone. Tipped off his stick. Back out to center is Hochstetter. Coming off the boards now, Cam Lubke. Quick shot and just a piece of it. But enough for Zach Bushy as it trickled wide out the far side.
Yeah, didn't miss by much.
Hochstetter fires it right back in. Centering chance, and the shot just wide for Lubke.
Oh, that was another great opportunity for Rogers.
Well, I tell you, this game is so much easier to play in the offensive end.
Right.
And that's all they have been doing.
Absolutely.
This one just fired off the glass all the way down. Bacon will fire it, trying to catch him on that line change. Right back on offense. And a fresh set of 5 for the home team. That one went short side, but off the iron for Bumgarner. Flips it in on the backhand. Cheslock was in traffic and couldn't work his way through. Back the other way comes SLPCR. Out of the reach of McCullough. It's tipped off his stick. Forcing it back in deeper is Campbell. And now taken away by Hauser. He pushes it ahead for Bumgarner. Bumgarner. Left circle. Stops up. Tranby tracks right with him. Tried to play it across, and Zocker got in the way. SLPCR not able to get it deep. Played right back in by Blake Sinclair. Shanson down low. Caleb Nickel in on the forecheck as well for Rogers. Austin Adams gets it out to center, and just like that, The Royals play it back in deep. Netzinger behind the net. Spin and play it back in deep. Jansen, top of the zone, looks. Nothing to shoot at. He'll take it back down low and circle again. Back up top for Sinclair. Looks. Slides it across for Zocker. Zocker's shot deflected and then was blocked into the corner.
1 minute remaining.
Played back out to the point by Jansen. Shot through traffic and a goal for Blake Sinclair. He found the net top shelf from the blue line. I don't know that Zach Bushy ever saw it.
I don't think he did.
Just under a minute remaining in period number 1.
Yeah, you know, obviously do not want to give up those goals in the last, in the first or the last minute of a period.
Well, they had been circling and keeping the SLPCR squad bottled up in their defensive end for an extended period of time. That gets very, very tearing, weary on the netminder, having to follow the action back and forth and get down and up and down and up throughout that process and that long offensive possession. And finally, with so much traffic in front, just really no chance for him to see the shot from the point by Blake Sinclair. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Rogers Royals.
And that's goal number 4 for Sinclair on the season.
Deleuze plays it back out to Hauser at the point. His return pass intercepted by Capon. Capon can't get it out of the zone. Good hold by Kotke, and then it's Deleuze holding. Right back in comes Hauser. Fanning on the shot was Deleuze. SLPCR gets back out to center and right back in by Hudson Kotke, and that'll do it as we hear the buzzer at the end of period number 1. SLPCR heavily outplayed, outshot 15-2, but still in this game, down just 2-0. We'll take a break and be back with more from the Crick after this. You're watching Boys High School Hockey on CTN. Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, first intermission. Rogers Royals a 2-0 lead, but they really were dominant start to finish.
Yeah, they were definitely dominant from start to finish.
SLPCR took a penalty in the opening minute. You didn't need to give an offensive team a lot of extra opportunity.
No.
They spent almost the entire first period in the offensive zone, but they didn't start the scoring until they were shorthanded for the first time, a little more than midway through that first period. Avenir Belus tipped it free, used his speed to get around the corner, slid a backhander through the 5-hole on Zach Bushy. They added to the lead in the final minute. A shot from the blue line by Blake Sinclair, and Bushy never even saw that. Just so much traffic, and at that point, end of a long offensive zone possession, and the goaltender might have been a little bit weary at that point as well.
Yes, for sure. 15 shots on goal for Rogers in that first period, just 2 for SLPCR. And really, obviously, Rogers dominated that time down in the SLPCR end for the majority of that first period.
But at the end of the day, after 17 minutes, it's still a 2-goal game, so SLPCR a chance to come out in the second, and if they get the next one, they're right back in this one. We'll take another break and be back with the drop of the puck after this. You're watching high school hockey on CTN.
Okay, I have a couple good ones for you, Joe. How do football players stay cool? By standing next to the fans. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty. Why can't you play football with pigs? Because they hog the ball.
Back at the creek, second period underway. A face-off win for the Rogers Royals. They play it in deep and they go to work. Cheslock out to the point. Hauser, quick snapshot up over the net. Off the glass, playing it off the Kiram is Landon Berg. Gets it out to center. Got it ahead to Barzis, who was knocked right away. And they get it in, and Rogers gets it right back out. Tranby pokes it free. Played into the zone by SLPCR, and that is going to be icing.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Joe. If the SLPCR squad can get the first goal of this period, obviously that would put them right back in this thing.
Well, it's really hard to score from your defensive end. And that's got to be step one. Is the Royals do such a great job of forcing the turnover and getting it right back in on the offensive end. Most of the time they are entering with possession, but even when they dump, they've got two guys with speed that apply good pressure, and most of the time they're winning the puck right back. SLPCR able to win with a solid breakout, get to the other end, and that one trickles in on Bacon, and he covers it up. But Ryerson and Kish at least creating something at the other end.
Well, that's what they need to do. Obviously, you talked about offensively, they have to get something going here. We talked about just the two shots in that first period.
Kish face-off win. Ryerson looking low angle, had it taken off his stick by Belus. Kocke's pass across. Burmis gets in, plays it back. Hauser Kurtz walking in. He's missed just wide. Burmis plays it back deep. Capon gets it ahead. And it's played out to center by Armagost. Kurtz will play it right back in. Behind the net, Landon Medine. Out to Kurtz. Plays it across to Burmis. Tried to go back down low to Medine, and SLPCR ready for it, able to break it up, get it down to the other end. But every time they spend so much time in their defensive end by the time they get out. Here's a great opportunity. Belus looking for his second, and a huge save by Zach Bushy.
Yeah, Zach did a great job of staying with it and moving to his left.
Rogers offside, so they'll have to tag up. And then an intercepted pass as Medine stepped into the lane. He's bumped off it by Matchy. Clark got it across. Played out to center by Green. Barzis battling for it. Sweeps it into the zone. Clark first one there. Played it through the blue paint. Out to the point. Tranby's shot deflected and ends up wide. Blake Sinclair gets it back out to center. Sent right back in by Tranby. Hauser sends it out. Clark stops it up. Clark avoids a stick check from King. Plays it in on the backhand and will get in on the forecheck. Sinclair played it back. A little fan job on the backside by Boston Green. Back the other way. Trying to stop up was Netzinger. He lost the handle, and it's played back out and all the way down, where Burmis will recover in front of his own netminder. Gets it ahead, bobbled by Lorenzen. He's able to stop up, regain his momentum into the zone. It's tipped off his stick. First one there is Matchy. Two blue jerseys there to forecheck right away. Campbell digs it free, gets it to McCullough and out of the zone. Played right back in, and they're on the forecheck again. Tranby gets it to Mellum. Mellum sidesteps a checker in center ice. Back the other way comes Brody Netzinger. Netzinger stops up. Burmis down low. Kurtz denied from a short angle. Clear attempt deflected. Burmis stops it up outside the zone, but not far enough. In the period of the long change, we talked about it in that first period. What a display of stick handling skill from Jake Burmis walking in. Didn't lead to a goal, but kept them on their heels. We talked about it in the first half. They just kept them pounded in their zone.
They did.
SLPCR just flipping it out so they could get a line change. Never had a chance to dump and then chase and actually put pressure on as a forecheck. Well, here in the second period with the long change. Even when you dump it out, doesn't guarantee you're getting everybody off. Far side shot by Cheslock, shut down by Zach Bushy. Capon gets it ahead. Armagost can't get it out. Sinclair got it into the zone. The shot from the high slot by Lubke is stopped. Kicked at by Kish. Lubke swept it back to Hauser. Sinclair walking in out front. Tipped home by Brock Cheslock. A beauty of a look from Blake Sinclair.
And there's so much pressure by Rogers. I mean, they're out shooting. They're out shooting the SLPCR by a margin of 7-0, and they're able to get that goal. That gives the Rogers squad a 3-0 lead. That's Cheslock's 19th goal of the season.
And just a great all-around play.
Yeah, I mean, just so much pressure. They do a really nice job of passing and getting the puck passed around and then get that open look.
Tranby overskated it, knocked away by Cheslock, recovered by Clark, cross ice. Boston Green with speed down the left wing, stops up, trying to feed Barsness. That was intercepted. Hochstetter gets it to the line, but not out. Kept in by Bird. Played right back out now by Zocker. Andrew Clark plays it up the near boards for Landon Bird. He's cut off by Cheslock. Barsness with it now. He lost the handle. Poked at by Bumgarner. Out to the line. Zocker walking in. He snaps a shot high and wide. Pushing it deeper is Medine, taken off of his stick, flipped back out to center. Barsness battling there with Zocker, and Zocker able to get it to support. Cheslock moves it over for Hochstetter, and now behind for Bumgarner. Avenir Belus had one of the goals in that first period, drops it back for Cheslock. He's got the goal here in the second. Kurtz with a quick shot, blocker saved by Bushy, back out to Kurtz. Walking in was Landon Medine, and he shot it up over the net. It comes all the way back down, and Kurtz will take it from Bacon. Long pass ahead. Capon tried to step in. An opportunity, backdoor feed, and that's a goal for Avenir Belus, his second of the game. Again, attack from the left wing, slide it across, and just a deflection into a wide open net. Well, and just like that, they've doubled their lead.
And that's just a pretty goal. I mean, again, they do such a nice job of moving the puck, and then you see that far side pass, and an easy goal for Belus. Not much Bushy can do about that, and as you mentioned, goal number 2 of this contest, 4-0 lead with 10:52 remaining in the period.
Allen gets to the blue line, or red line, sends it in. Armagost keeps it in. Kish out front, a chance for Ryerson, and it's shut down by Bacon. Probably the best scoring chance of the evening so far for SLPCR.
Definitely the best.
Medine's pass went right past Kotke out front. Here's Medine, with Kurtz, an opportunity. The rebound chance for Medine is shut down. And SLPCR may have benefited from a little bit of a quick whistle. I don't know. I didn't see the net actually come off, but
I didn't either.
Colton Jansen against Andrew Clark. Clark able to win it. That pass out of the reach of Matchy. Got it to Green. Can't get it past Hauser at the blue line. Tranby behind his own net. Tries to reverse. Nickel first one there for Rogers. Sends it back in for Jansen. Out to the point. That shot deflected and ends up in the far corner. Poking it back in deep is Hauser. First one there is Netzinger. And that was played with the hand. The hand pass will bring us out to neutral ice. We're all the way down.
All the way down. Face that one off to the right of Bacon.
Barsness shot. Blocked by Netzinger. He gets it back. Tried to get it deep. It was stopped up. Forced back out to center and all the way down. And pressure from Nickel all the way to the end board. And Matchy thought he was going to let it go. And this is going to be icing.
Yep. Just tried to clear out. We've talked about all the pressure that Rogers applied down in the SLPCR end. And sometimes just clearing that puck out. Get an opportunity to get some skaters on the ice. And
Matchy plays it ahead, but not out. Out to center by Barsness. Royals with numbers. They regroup just inside their own zone. Kurtz cross for Jake Burmis. Burmis for Bumgarner. His pass was broken up. Back the other way comes Barsness. Barsness stops up against Kurtz. Ridden off it in the corner. Pass just out of the reach of Cheslock. Matchy can't keep it in. Cheslock has Bumgarner. Bumgarner across the top of the circle. Blocker save. Rebound settled by Bumgarner. He's played off of it. Played to the line, but not out. Burmis walking in. Got it across for Cheslock. His shot stopped up by Bushy. Here's Kurtz to Burmis. Burmis to the back door, and that is the third backdoor feed goal for the Rogers Royals in a half a period. This time it's Cole Bumgarner finishing.
again, made it look easy. They just do a really nice job of finding that player down low, and you have to be impressed with what they're doing here this evening. 5-0 already. Bumgarner's that's his 16th goal of the season.
And almost exactly the halfway point of the contest. 8:31 remaining in period number 2. They are out shooting him 13-1 in this period. Here's another chance right off the draw. They're in, and Bushy able to make the save in close on Landon Medine. They regroup, play it out to the point. That's bobbled by Hauser. He's able to poke it past Armagost. Howland recovers back behind. Capon moves it along. Out of the reach of Kish. And the Royals back in on the attack. Medine out front. Belus goes to the backhand, but can't poke it home this time. Back out to the point. Shot through traffic. A rebound and another huge save by Zach Bushy.
Well, Bushy had to come up big there.
Out to the point, Hauser. That was deflected, ended up over the net, behind the net. Belus tried to center. Capon able to kick it free. His pass deflected out to center. Hauser will get there in front of Armagost. Saucers it to Hofstadter. He gets it ahead for Netzinger into the zone. Netzinger waiting for support. Back to the line and now swung all the way around. Trying to reverse. Howland able to break it up, get it back out. Howland will glove it down, leave it for Campbell. Campbell sweeps it out to center, but Sinclair quickly gets Rogers pointed north again. A shot just wide for Braden Lorenzen. They get back on the puck. Netzinger, top of the circles. Sends it far side. Zocker sent it through the top of the paint. Down low it goes. Alex King battling against Howland. Out to the point. They play it across. Zocker's shot deflected, and that hits the netting above the glass, and that'll get a stoppage with 6:43 to go in period number 2.
Yeah, just swarming the SLPCR net. They're now out shooting them by a 16-1 margin.
In the period.
In the period, right.
Yeah, already 31 shots on goal for the Rogers Royals. Zach Bushy has been busy. He's made a couple of really big saves. There's another great opportunity, and Lorenzen Sent it just wide. Mellum can't control the pass at center. Chopped into the zone. Sinclair stops up. Mellum gives him a bump. He gets it ahead, though, for Lorenzen. Lorenzen trying to play across, and it does get through to Owen Zocker. He'll send it in on Bushy, and Bushy will just cover up. As Blake Sinclair, it was Alex King that was sniffing around just behind Landenberg. 6:13 left.
Yeah, the SLPCR squad really has no answer at this point. They certainly aren't able to get the puck and do much out of their own end, and with just the one shot on goal in this period.
Face-off win. Kurtz plays it across and then gets it right back. Kurtz walking in, gives it back to Burmis again. Burmis will send it down into the corner. Chop behind. Oh. Quick grab off the end board and a backhand chance for Brock Cheslock, but Bushy was able to get good position. Bumgarner plays it across. Burmis forces it through the stick check of Green, gets it into the zone. Cheslock will take the shot right into the face mask of Bushy. Rebound cleared to the near corner. Barsness gets it out of the zone. Kurtz moves it for Burmis, and now back to Kurtz. And Cheslock enters. Cheslock sidesteps a check. Down low, poked free by Tranby. Cheslock runs into a check by Andrew Clark. Ill-advised pass by Boston Green was taken away and continues the offensive possession for the Rogers Royals. Burmis shoots and scores.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure he saw that one. Maybe he was screened a little bit, but again, now that's the fourth goal of the period for the Royals.
Well, you spend a lot of time in your defensive end.
Yep.
Mistakes are bound to happen. Decision-making gets impaired as you get more tired. And Boston Green, just an ill-advised pass that was intercepted. They work it around, and then Burmis, through a screen, a couple of bodies in front of Bushy, and Bushy, the amount of work that he has had has got to be just absolutely beat at this point in the contest already.
I'm sure, but that's goal number 2 for Burmis on the season. Another.
Blues forces the action, draws the penalty. The puck came free, and it's hammered home by Hudson Kotke, and it's a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, they're just. I thought they were dominant in that first period, but even more so here in period number 2.
Well, in this one, most of them have been pretty clean, actually. You had the 3 beauty backdoor feeds to start the scoring in this period. Then you get the failed clear. They take advantage of the opportunity. Burmis a good snapshot through with traffic out front. And then, just good effort on that one by Baluk, taking it to the net, drawing the penalty, and SLPCR just couldn't clean it up, and relatively easy goal for Hudson Kotke.
Yeah, goal
back the other way, Mellum puts it on goal.
I was going to say that's Kotke's
Tranby
5th
holds
goal.
at the
Sorry,
line.
Joe.
Nickel gets it ahead. Netzinger tied up by Campbell, kicks it free. Mellum poking at it, Campbell in there as well. Support comes, play to the top of the blue paint, and Bushy had to play defender himself, keeping it away from Colton Shanson, who is just outside the crease. Played in deep. Mellum in on the forecheck, but Rogers quickly escapes their zone. Caleb Nickel lost the handle. Andrew Clark back the other way. He's got Mellum with him out front. Mellum tied up and goes hard into the net. That's going to draw a penalty. And SLPCR is going to get a chance with the power play. 3:32 to go in period number 2.
Well, the SLPCR squad needs all the chances they can get, an opportunity to skate with an extra guy. Here, they would love to get on the board. Just the 2 shots. 2 shots in the first. So far, just 2 shots here in the second on net.
Keen Hochstetter is the guilty party on the trip. Face-off win by Barsness. Ryerson gets it back to the point. Tranby across. Clark settles. Had to get it low. And that is taken away by Jaden Kurtz, and he quickly sends it all the way to the other end.
Yeah, just nice job just getting it out of his zone and taking time off that clock.
Barsness dances across the line, spins and sets up, plays it across, and miscommunication. Left the puck all alone, and Cam Lubke was happy to take it to the other end, and then a pass out front, and Belouse nearly had a redirect out front shorthanded. They've already given up one shorthanded goal, and here's Kurtz. Short angle, misses high, and that's going to come all the way back out to Burmis at center. You know, when you have the power play, you'd at least like to possess the puck.
Well, that's important, Joe.
For a fair amount of that power play.
Right. So far, the penalty kill unit for Rogers doing a good job.
Tranby gets it to Barsness with speed into the zone. His cross-ice pass broken up by Cheslock. Ryerson got it back, and Cheslock's feet are still solid, so still couldn't move it right through him. Tranby spinning away from Belouse, and now we'll send it across. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Clark gets it back from Ryerson into the zone. Clark tried to play it out front. Campbell was tied up. Ryerson peels it off the boards. Down low, Campbell leaves it for Ryerson. Ryerson low angle, missed high, all around to the point for Clark. Sends it back in deep. Campbell back to Ryerson, back to Campbell. 10 seconds. Out front, Ryerson well defended. Kurtz plays it off the board, gets it out to center, and that's going to do it for the remainder of that power play.
No, good job by the Royals to fight that one off, but again, nothing really offensively to offer on that penalty or that power play by the SLPCR squad.
Cheslock, backdoor, and a goal for Bumgarner, his second of the period, second of the game.
Yeah, just that quickly. Goal number 8 and number 6 in the period. 8-0 in favor of the Royals, who came in here with a 14-4-1 record, number 6 in the polls.
That was number 9 on the goal, right?
It was number 9.
It was number 9.
Number 9 for sure.
I just wanted to make sure it was number 9.
It was definitely number 9.
Number 9?
Number 9.
From 18, which is 9 times 2.
Goal 8, scored by number 9.
His second goal of the game. Single assist, number 18, Brad Cheslock, on the goal, 15-44. Bumgarner from Cheslock at 15-44. Under 1 minute to play, third period.
Yeah, they've been impressive, especially here in the second period. A 7-goal outburst and just keeping SLPCR locked in their defensive end. Hauser threw traffic into the glove of Zach Bushy. And so we'll see a running time, third period.
40 shots on goal in this this hockey game for the Royals so far.
So 25 in this second period.
It's crazy.
It's a lot of work for your netminder.
Yeah.
And a lot of great scoring chances. This team really moves the puck well, Rogers.
They do.
Hauser dancing. Top of the slot, takes the shot. And an easy glove save that time.
Yeah, if you're Coach Connor Gagnon, you're thinking, he knew coming in this was going to be a really very difficult contest. But down 8-0 here as we're getting ready to end this second period.
Played out front. That was just out of the reach of Lorenzen. So PCR got it to center, and Rogers turns it right back in. A play out front, and just off the heel of the stick of Brody Netzinger. Armgot's able to force it in, but only briefly. Back the other way. Shanson can't get it through. Kish plays it off the boards, and that will get us to the buzzer. And the Rogers Royals really ready to be crowned after that second period. They're up 8-0. We'll take a break and be back with more from the Crick after this on CTN.
Did you know Coon Rapids has a city code regulating the height of your grass? Grass and weeds must be kept under 8 inches high. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, getting ready for the third period, and it will be running time because the Rogers Royals took their domination to the next level in period number 2, the period of the long change. They kept SLPCR bottled up, and they showed their expertise in passing the puck, especially 3 straight backdoor goals. Cheslock, then Belouse with his second of the game, and then we saw Bumgarner on the back door. Got a goal from Jake Burmis walking in from the left point. Hudson Kotke took advantage of the messy one, and then the late goal by Cole Bumgarner, his second of the period, made it 8-0. And 41-4 shots on goal through 2.
That's crazy. You can see why this squad is so good. I mean, they're so disciplined on both ends. Defensively, SLPCR really hasn't any opportunities, but when they get over the blue line, quick to the puck, get it away, and start their offense back down ice.
Well, they're disciplined. They stay in system. They know where each other are.
Yep.
They work well as a unit, and they are quick on the puck. They are a pressure team. Every time, especially in the first period, if the puck was in the offensive end, if they did not have possession, they had 2 guys there.
Well, it's kind of like you and I work well as a team, and we're very disciplined, you and I.
We are?
No, we're the opposite.
That's okay. That's more than my understanding of what discipline means. Bumgarner fires one up over the cage. Cheslock can't dance through. Hauser is shot through traffic blocker, save Bushy, and he's able to corral the rebound and get the whistle.
Yeah, again, a lot of blue jerseys in front of the net, and Bushy just had to make sure he held on to that puck to force that face-off.
Yeah, they swarmed to the puck, and they've got speed. They're strong on the puck, and again, it makes so much difference if you don't have an opportunity to breathe. Once you finally get a puck to settle down, if you're constantly being pressured, as SLPCR has been all game long. Turning back to the corner, Medine trying to work his way out. Capon able to poke it free. Capon sweeps it behind. He's got to go get it himself. Bumgarner gets there first. Sorry, that's Belouse back out front. Medine can't sneak it through. Kept in at the line by Burmis. Walking in, Kurtz, his shot, rebound, save. Bushy doing everything he can to keep his foot outside the post and on top of the puck.
Yeah, and a good job of doing so.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8-0. It's hard to say your goalie had a good night when he's given up 8, but he has made some strong saves.
He has.
All the backdoor feeds, not a chance.
Nope.
A couple of them were through screens that he didn't have a chance on. And they're right back on the attack. Poking it home this time is Landon Medine. Both he and Belouse were on the doorstep. Belouse is looking for the hat trick. He and Bumgarner both with 2 goals coming into the third.
That's Medine's 5th goal on the year.
Loose puck recovered by King out to the point. Zocker's shot hit traffic and ended up behind. Netzinger will get it back out to Owen Zocker.
Second assist, number 13, Hudson Kopke.
Maschie pinned Lorenzen momentarily, but Lorenzen comes away with the puck out to Zocker at the point. His shot is blocked. This one's played off the boards all the way down, and that'll be icing. Wasn't the plan by Cole Carlson.
No, definitely not. And as we talked about running time, it obviously continues to take time off the clock. You're down 9-0. You would like to mount some sort of offense here if you're SLPCR in this third period, but just 4 shots on net through 2, and none here, obviously, in the third period.
Bumgarner tried to leave it for Cheslak. That was intercepted by Tranby. Gets it out to center. Hauser turns with it. Back to Bumgarner. Flips it all the way across. Swept in deep by Lubke. Barsness emerges from behind the net. Gets it ahead to Green. Tranby into the zone. Tranby snaps a shot and misses wide. Clark keeps at the blue line. Long shot easily saved by Tyler Bacon.
Yeah, he didn't have to do much to grab that puck.
No, he hasn't had to do much tonight.
It's an easy night.
You know, I'd love to see the SLPCR squad put more pressure on the net regardless, but certainly I'd like to make them see them make the netminder get more work when his name is Bacon.
Yes, absolutely. So you're saying he hasn't earned his bacon tonight?
No, they have not put any sizzle on the nets. I mean, we got
no
puns.
greasy goals. No greasy goals.
The puns would be aplenty, but the shots have not been. Kurtz will just retreat behind his own net. Barsness comes to investigate. Long pass ahead. Bumgarner at center into the zone. Cheslak stops up top of the circle. Feeds Balous. It got away from him. Capon, and there's Balous. Trying to get back to his forehand, and a big save by Bushy in close. Fired wide by Hochstatter. Burmis. Backdoor feed and another big save. They're looking for Balous, trying to get him his hat trick. And that's 2 big saves for Bushy against Balous on this shift. Balous through center. Trailed by Kish and forced offside.
Right now, the Royals sitting at 49 shots on goal. Eight in this period, just the one for SLPCR so far.
Balous near side for Hochstetter into the zone. Got it ahead for Kotke, and Kotke puts it on goal for shot number 50.
Yeah, it's impressive. Anytime you can get 50 shots on net in a hockey game, that's impressive.
Another face-off win for the Royals. Blocked shot by Ryerson ends up in the far corner. Kotke gets there first, plays it back in low. Kish intercepted, stolen back. And in a tie game, that's probably a trip, but when you're down 9-0, you get away with a few things. Capon plays it behind. Moved along by Berg, but now Berg able to skate to center. And into the zone, Arbogast a long shot and a blocker save. Centering pass. Shoot the puck. Berg was looking to distribute. When you only have 5 shots on goal, I thought that blocker should have been shot number 6.
I thought so,
at least,
too.
Give them a chance here with one more shot to have their best period of the night so far. Guzman pokes it free, gets ahead to it. Campbell trying to get back to him. It's taken away by Hochstetter. And here comes Balous. Balous to his forehand, trying to drop it. Only white jerseys are there. Sebastian Guzman moves it for Matchy now. Into the zone, fires high and wide. Poked at by Alland. Cleared out by Blake Sinclair. Was touched, so no icing. And first one there is Netzinger. Netzinger out to the point. Hauser walks. His shot deflected up over the net by Caleb Nickel. And that's, I think, one of the most impressive things, other than the pressure they put on the puck. For these Rogers Royals, it seems everybody in a blue jersey has had patience tonight.
No, they have.
No one gets overly worried and makes a rash play, and that's a turnover at the blue line, and back the other way with numbers comes SLPCR, and they're not able to cash in on the opportunity.
Well, as you mentioned before, Joe, they know where each other are on the ice, and I think they do a really nice job of finding one another.
And kick free, partial line change. Green sweeps it back to the red line. Poked at by Barsness. Mellum bumped off it there by Netzinger. Comes back near side for Shanson into the zone. Leaves it off. Hauser dangling through. Here's Cheslock looking out to Medine. Or Burmis, rather. Burmis back to Cheslock. Burmis walking, bottom of the circles, looking. Out the top, that shot saved by Bushy. Lucky got it back, leaves it there for Hauser. Barsness takes it away. Barsness with speed, trying to get around the corner. Will drop it off for Boston Green. Green backhander, knocked down and covered by Tyler Bacon.
Well, there's shot number 6 with 6:34 and count and moving here left in this hockey contest. Huge lead for Rogers.
Kurtz off the boards. Bumgarner was trying to come up with it. They will eventually gain the zone. Here's Bumgarner trying to center. That was knocked down by Landon Berg. Out to the point. Kurtz shot. Aggressively blockered aside by Bushy. Out to the point. Kurtz walking in. Gives it to Bumgarner in the corner. His pass deflected. Recovered by Kurtz. Across for Burmis. Burmis takes the hit. Coughs up the puck. Boston Green trying to give it to Barsness. Had to reach back for it, and Kurtz was there to break it up. Burmis the other way. Pressured by Allen. Turns and has it deflected up and over into the far corner. Capon to the line, not out. Shot hit the traffic out front. Capon able to push it into the corner. SLPCR not able to break the zone. Owen Zocker keeps it in. Battling along the far boards is Landon Medine. Pokes it down for Blues. Medine still holding on the midboard. Mellum finally fires it off the boards and out. Armagast trying to pressure. Zocker able to sweep it to open ice, and his guys able to get there first. Blues down the right wing, centering, broken up by Armagast. Ryerson spinning away from the pressure. Plays it back up the near boards, out all the way down. That'll be icing will be waved off as it was touched by a Roger player. Trying to hold the zone. Kish tied up there with Kotke. Kotke able to come away with it. Ryerson rather, trying to get around a couple of blue jerseys, but they just do a great job of getting back and then getting ahead.
Well, and finding each other.
There's a chance for Blues in close, and a blocker save by Bushy denies him the hat trick. So PCR gave it right back to him, and he just kind of spin and threw it in. Tranby will get to the line, and he'll dump it right in on goal. Give him shot 7. Come on.
They did.
They did. Shanson across the line. The shot by Ringdahl missed the top of the crease and went all the way to the near corner. I believe Ringdahl making his varsity debut this evening.
He is making his varsity debut.
That was the name on the
Yep, that is correct.
adjustment we got right here.
Yep.
He is at center ice. Playing it across just out of the reach of Sinclair, but Sinclair able to recover, and here's Ringdahl. Tried to leave it off, a little miscommunication for King. Ringdahl able to get it back down low. King able to recover out to the point for Hauser. Across for Kurtz, a one-timer. The save, long rebound. That shot by Hauser didn't make it through the traffic. Clark recovers. Less than 3 minutes to go. He tried to play it back to his keeper. Was taken away, and he was able to at least get out and get a stick in front of Alex King, who nearly had a one-timer from 2 feet on top of the crease.
Yeah, it was right there.
Zocker plays it in and around. Clark flips it up and out. Kurtz to Zocker to the offensive end. And forecheck. It's pretty simple.
It is
Recover,
pretty simple.
Regroup, dump, and forecheck. It's like rinse and repeat. Only slightly more complicated. But they make it look as easy as rinse and repeat.
They certainly do.
A couple of players getting tied up, and I think this is going to go against Rogers. So SLPCR will get a power play for the remainder of the period once they drop the puck. Caleb Nickel going for the hold. Weren't able to get a shot on goal in their last power play. Barsness plays it down to the corner. Kish behind for Clark. Up top, Tranby. Tranby's shot through traffic. Not sure if that got in on goal. I think it hit a body out front. Deflected wide. Back the other way. Bumgarner lost the handle. Trying to play it back for Cheslock, who was coming in. Instead, it's Tranby going the other way. Ryerson's pass taken away by Cheslock. Under a minute to go. Passes ahead. Bumgarner into the zone. Trying to feed out front for Cheslock on the backhand. Wouldn't get through. Clark gets it ahead for Ryerson. Into the zone. Kish. Down low. Ryerson. Bounces it off the pad of Bacon out to the point. Berg. His shot. Blocked out front. That one's cleared. And we'll go all the way down. 30 seconds left in the contest.
Yeah, SLPCR would love to get a goal here before this one is over. Just get something out of it.
Turned over, Belouse. Trying to get around the corner. We'll regroup now. 15 seconds. Played it out front. Looking for the redirect by Lubke, and he wasn't able to get a stick on it. And that one had a little too much on it for Hauser.
Clear out of the rink. But that'll do it.
So a shutout for Tyler Bacon. SLPCR did double their shot total in the third period.
They did. They had eight total for the game.
Outshot 54-8.
Yeah, that's a tough one. We talked about it at the opening. We knew this was going to be tough. Did we know it was going to be this difficult? I don't know. However, it's one that the SLPCR squad knew they were in for a tough game.
Well, and you talk about it. We talk about it a lot. You want to be the best. You got to beat the best.
Yep.
And sometimes when you're a younger team and a team in transition, you've got to play against the best to learn what it takes, what it looks like to be that level of team.
Well, they certainly saw one of the very best teams here in the state in the Rogers Royals.
And a 9-0 win for the Rogers Royals. More hockey coming up on Saturday. Girls hockey team, a rematch with Woodbury.
Should be a good one.
The Royals beat the Blades in the Composure Classic semifinals in overtime.
Was it 3-2? Was it 3-2?
4-3.
4-3. That's right. Okay.
In overtime, and so should be an interesting one. Another ranked team And then they will finish their regular season on Tuesday against Wyzetta, who's top 10 as well.
Yeah, tough.
So a tough way for the Blades to wrap up the regular season, but looking forward to that contest on Saturday afternoon. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score is Rogers 9, Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids 0. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young. Say goodnight.